Fun fact: BlackHawk was founded by Navy SEAL Mike Noel in 1993. Mike Noel was the first sailor to receive both the Honor Man and Fire in the Gut award. Hey everyone, I have a gear review for today. We're going to be taking a look at a piece of gear which is right in front of you, the BlackHawk Serpa holster. I've had this holster for well over a year, have used it in several different situations, and think I have enough information and talking points that I can do a thorough and decent review for you guys. Alright, but first off, before we start talking about this, I just want to show you that both of these firearms here are clear. This is the Glock 19, right? Clear. Glock 27 here was my carry gun for the day, so I do have rounds in the magazine, but I have unloaded the chamber for you. Alright, so that is clear as well. Alright, so let's get into talking about this holster here. Alright, this is the BlackHawk Serpa, as I have mentioned before. Alright, when I purchased this holster, I initially bought it for use for concealed carry. This was before, right at the end of December, and where winter was setting in. So my idea for concealment wasn't going to be too bad. Wearing bigger clothes, jackets, stuff like that. Concealing something like this for me wasn't too difficult. But being that I am a slimmer framed guy, things that protrude off my hip or off my side are very noticeable. So as the warmer weather came about and summer is coming up, I've just decided to go with something a little bit different. Also, after purchasing this holster, I did realize that I'm more of a leather fan and not necessarily a Kydex holster guy. So that also was something I learned with this BlackHawk Serpa. With that said, that does not take away the fact that this is still a great holster and something I love and use a lot. This has since been transformed into my range holster, something I use every single time I go to the range. Most of the time my girlfriend actually steals this and uses this instead, so which is fine with me. I get more practice with my carry holster anyway. But what we have attached here is the paddle attachment, right? On the back here is just attached with 3 different screws here, which you can adjust to change your cant if you want it slightly forward, up and down, wherever the case may be. Alright, it also has 2 other adjustment points here, which you can attach some type of teeth bit very similar to this, which will allow it to grab onto your belt and make it more secure. With this just being used for range use, I just wanted it easy to slip in and out, and that's why I do not have them attached. But when I was using this as a carry holster, I did have those teeth in there. Alright, so when I purchased this, I bought it for my Glock 19. That was my carry firearm at the time. I have since progressed to my Glock 27, but I'll show you here how this functions. You take the firearm and you insert it into the top of the holster here, and you press it down until it clicks. Alright, this Serpa locking mechanism here actually grips onto the trigger guard, and that's what secures the firearm in the holster and prevents it from being taken out. Alright, as you can see, the firearm is a little bit loose here, which is what I preferred and my girlfriend prefers for the range use, just for ease of draw and reholstering. But you can adjust that tension with this screw here, make it tighter, make it more difficult to get in and out, or even loosen it some. So it's all personal preference. Alright, so once the firearm's in the holster, to release it, you depress this button here, which takes the pressure off that trigger guard and allows you to draw the firearm. Alright, so what it does is allows it to be secure instead of having to have a thumb brake. Alright, so you just press that and pull out, and upon drawing the firearm, your hands are in its master grip and your fingers line with the frame here and not in the trigger guard. Alright. Another cool thing about this holster is it does protect the entire trigger guard, so you can't get the trigger, you can't have an accidental discharge by pulling the trigger, so everything's encased in there and nicely secured. Alright. It does have a speed cut here, as you can see, the front of the holster. Just allows for a quicker draw and presentation of the firearm. As you're drawing out of the holster, you can start rotating the firearm sooner, which is nice. Alright. So the the holster does come with another attachment other than this paddle right here. It does come with a belt attachment right here. When I carried it, I did prefer the belt attachment. It was a lot more comfortable for me. Again, at the range, it's just much easier to slip the paddle in and out than to having to take the belt off and feed it through here. So that's why we leave the paddle attached. All right. One cool thing I learned as I progressed in purchasing firearms is this was designed for the Glock 19, and that's what I purchased it for. But the reason I have my 27 here on the table is because it also fits this version. Alright, so if you got a Serpa holster for the Glock 19, it will fit the Glock 27. I would assume any size of the 40 caliber Glocks. The slide diameter difference between the Glock 27 and the Glock 19 is very minute. There is a difference, but it's very small, and there's enough room in that holster for it to fit in and work properly, so which is nice. And it's still the same tension as with the Glock 19, so it all worked out very nice. So we don't have to change holsters when at the range if we want to switch between the different firearms when shooting. So that's always a plus. All right. But overall, I've been very, very happy with this Serpa. Very easy to learn, very easy to use. It's a very simple concept, but it's just amazing how efficient it is and how well it works. So, again, this is does have an open bottom here. So the Glock 19 comes pretty much right to the edge, whereas the Glock 27 is farther up. You could use this for a Glock 17 if you wanted to. It's just going to stick out the bottom more. So it's quite versatile in the number of firearms that it accepts. All right, along with this, the actual holster itself, I did get a magazine carrier. This is the double stack version that BlackHawk uses. As you can see, this is the Glock 19 mag, and it works just fine. And you can put a Glock 17 mag in there if you wanted to. Alright. I'll show you with the 27 mag. Alright, works just fine. Sits down in there a little bit more, but still allows you to get have enough surface. You could scoot up if you want to. Enough surface to actually grab it and pull it out. Alright, and retention is great. It's not coming out. I do use this for at the range only, but I do use this for my single stack mags for my 1911. That little resistance bar in here, if you guys can see it, it has enough tension on there where it will hold the single stack mag in there. But if you start jumping up and down, moving around, it will probably work itself out eventually. Definitely not something you want to use if you're running around or bending over anything, because it will come out. But it's something that I can just set it in there, and if I'm just walking around, it's not going to be an issue. So that's another added feature. And this clip on the back here can come off if you want by depressing this button and sliding it off. BlackHawk does offer several different attachments in a platform that you can attach several to, such as a flashlight and two mag pouches if you wanted to. So it all depends. It's very versatile. It's very adaptable for different situations. So it's a very nice system. All right, so that's just the BlackHawk holster and the mag pouch. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope I explained everything well. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thanks for watching.